All right, all right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah, coming with a message. And I'm hoping that I'm not going to talk too long. Just going to say a little something, something. First and foremost, I want to say that it's so important to when you lie down and when you wake up, clothed in your right mind, meaning your mind is stayed on. He that created all things. You all, where I'm at in this walk, in this day, is where I was created to be. And in this walk, the way I see him, I can't expect others to feel about him or to see him or to even know him the way I have come to know him, the way I feel about him, the way I think that he is. You know why? Because the way that he is with me, I can only speak of that. I don't know what way he is and was and shall be with you, but I know what he is in me. And let me tell you something, it's greater than anything on the outside of me, even me as a flesh myself. The way I understand him, the way I see him in both realms, the realm of the natural and the realm of the spirit, the way I understand him is both ways. I understand the Father in the natural and I understand him in the spirit. So I got the understanding of him both ways. I see him both ways. I hear him both ways. It's impossible for me to hear behind hearing until I heard in front of what is being said. See, you can't hear behind hearing till you hear what's in front of you. And when you hear what's in front of you, guess what? Check behind you. He gives you the ability to hear behind what somebody is saying. I'm speaking of the one that I come to know. I see him to be all that and some. I woke up at 4 p.m. and I've been waking up lately for the last 3 or 4 days around about that time. Do I care for waking up at that time? No, I don't. I don't like the idea of waking up that time of the morning because my body is starting to ache. It was that pain was first on the left side. Now the left side is fine. It's working on the right side. And they say it's a nerve. So I need to pretty much start working, exercising, and keeping up what I need to keep up with so that this pain do not torment me throughout the early morning hours. But in the midst of it, in the midst of all the pain, I begin to praise him. I begin to glorify him. See, that's me. I don't know about you. I don't jump up and start taking medication. I don't jump up and start trying to work on the pain. No, no, no. I lie there and begin to tell him how I can't do without him. You think I be focused on the pain? No. My mind is stayed on him. So say for instance, the evil comes and wake me up at 2 a.m. just to turmoil me. Guess what? It ain't gonna show up to wake me up at that time. You know why? Because it knows if this sister wake up, not sister, but if this woman wake up, she's gonna praise the Most High God. Mm, mm. You see? So he don't want me praising Yah. So come bother me if you want to. I'm gonna praise him no matter what. Even in the pain, I begin to praise him. I begin to praise him. I am fully aware that I'm nothing without him. I am fully aware that I cannot do nothing without him. I am fully aware that he's all that and some. And I don't owe it to no one to understand it, to get it, to embrace it, or to feel it. Because what he is to me is what he is to me. Now, with this impact, I would desire it to be in everyone, the way he is in me. Because I feel that way about people and hope that they can feel that thing. They can get that thing. But most of all, I want, if nobody on this earth ever get what Sister Deborah have been saying, it doesn't matter. Every word that I have spoken regarding spirit and truth is already marked beside my name. Now, if it's my name is in the Lamb, I'm in the book of To the Lake of Hell, when I'm taking every message regarding my Father to the lake of hell. All right. So I'm trying to show you where you can understand the way of Yah in the spirit so you can teach it in the way of the natural and stop going out here thinking that your way overrides, your living way overrides the way of Yah. Because when you wake up in the morning and have to go through the pain that I've gone through, which many of you all have, most of you can't go to bed unless you take medication. Most of you can't get up unless you take medication. You see? But I'm saying in the midst of my pain, I know who can heal me. But I know he can. But what if he don't? I still know that he can. I put him right there where he belongs. Not where I want to see him. I know that he can. But I also know if he choose not to, it still ain't going to change what I know. And that is that he can. Okay? So that's how I feel about him. I can't get people or want or desire others to go over in that realm or to what I know of him, because I didn't know him like I know him because of my flesh. It's all due to the spiritual. Since I was 4 years old, it was always a spiritual relationship. I've always believed that he exists even though I could not see him. Now, if a child at that young age knew that there was something outside of what I could see that had power over any and everything, what makes you think where I'm at today is not steps above that? I am starting to really even get things even in a higher level than I once had it. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh, why? Because I understand that everything happens for a reason. Everything has its perfect place and the reason they're in. When I hear that he created it all, then over to Job, he telling Job about this beast, this dragon he got underneath the water. Y'all better shut up. You better shut your mouth. Because you don't know the power of that right hand that was dropped years ago in the beginning. If all you have to do is nail your tail to a wall, nail your tail to that wall, meditate on every organ in your body, every cell by the thousands. How your eyes is capable of seeing, how your mouth is capable of speaking, how you are able to breathe out the mouth and the nose. How is that so in creating blood throughout that never been? Where's that blood coming from? How is that heart able to do that and drop it down in your bone marrow? How is that you're able to walk without falling? How is it that you're able to eat with both hands? That you're able to hear with both ears and to see with both eyes? Even if you saw out of one eye and one ear, and you walk with one leg but crutches. Mm, mm, mm. Nail your butt to the wall. Think about all of who you are in the inside. It is impossible for you to get that authority to a man. It is impossible for you to think man created you. If you cannot see Yah, nail your tail to a wall and don't get off of it until you recognize from the inside that there got to be someone that's greater than everyone. No, you ain't gonna go there. It ain't meant for you to go there because you got to see him like unto a man. Romans chapter 1. You want to put him down to the level of the flesh of a man. You can't see him. It's no way I can bring my father to that level. It's no way I would even think it or try it. And people wonder, where's their healing? Where's your deliverance? Why is them demons tormenting you? Why is the devils stripping you? Why is pain on the top of your head to the bottom of your feet? Everything got its purpose and its reason. But because we have seen him to be nothing, he has allowed you to be nothing that he sees. When I think of being able to lay down at nighttime, and I did it even last night, and all I could think about is speaking to the Most High Yah to make a way that many can lay down like you are suffering me to. Father Yah, I pray unto you that you will suffer many to lay down in a place of comfort, not on the outside, but on the inside. If they can get a place to just to lay down, Father, and be able to rest and to sleep. This is what I said, because it is getting to me to be able to lay down comfortable every night and cuddled up in my bed. But it doesn't erase the fact that there's many out there in the streets, in the coldness, on the ground, that have made that where they lay down, where they rest. But don't think that everything don't have its purpose. Going back to when I hear about what he's telling Job, I'm like, hold up, Job. Hey, wait a minute. You telling Job about what you created. Here it is, the year 2025. I'm learning still. There's no end to learning what the Father is capable of and have done. He don't owe you nothing. He don't have to tell you his A to Z. Sit your tail on A until you're able to feel what it might be like going to be. Oh no. People think they down there on Z. Where he at? Oh no, baby. It's too much to know. It's more than what you can handle. I did my little study on how he kept telling Daniel and Ezekiel and many others to seal. He told John, seal that up. He told Daniel, seal that up. You hear it in Psalms, it was sealed up. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. See, it's much that I don't know. But he gave me the ability to understand That is so much that I myself wouldn't be able to handle it. To where he had them way back thousands of years to seal up until that day. Mm. And y'all running your tails around, really believing it. You got it to A to Z. Baby, you ain't even nowhere near A, letting on Z, letting on B. He got it sealed up. The greater mysteries. Why? Because they coming. And you yourself won't be able to embrace or to stand. So he know what he got sealed up. I even hear him telling him to the trumpet, seal up what the seven trumpets or thunders or one of them, seal it up. What's going on? I think it was Isaiah and Ezekiel. I got it all wrote down in a lesson. I'm writing all this shit down. I said, wait a minute, hold up, Father. Yeah, it's a lot sealed up. What's Father? Yeah, what's going on? See, you think you know everything. You're a long ways from home. When you get to that mind that you don't know nothing, then that's when the Ruach pull in and give you something. But you got to have that mindset that I don't know nothing. And just what little Sister Deborah have, I still tell you every day I'm on here, give or take maybe 20%. So that shows you I know very little. But what I know, I can stand on anybody's mountaintop and proclaim only what I know. And that's it. That's all that's in that lane. It's what I know. What he has given me. I can't put nothing in that lane to run with me outside of what was given to me to run with. You see? So even touching base with him in the morning, in spite of the pain, turning, waking up, feeling the pain, all I wanted to do is get to Yah. I wanted to grip the hem of his garment and hold on. I don't want to wake up in no middle of the hour or late night or early morning or even in the morning when I wake up and not realize who kept me throughout the night, who kept me since I was 4 years old, even to this point. And I look at it and I say, okay, here you are. You are still in there. You're not a dead prophet. You're a living one. But you're not a prophet to the world. So a lot of people be seeing, they be like, oh, I want to go where everybody got subscribers and likes. And I think of TBN, how all those pastors was Satanism. They were serving the Satan all the time. They made their whole system, which was a good 40, 50 years, about prosperity. They served Satan at the highest. And they led the multitude of this country in a whirlwind. And the people went in it with their smiles on their faces. And the number one thing that was with TBN is prosperity. Y'all never want us to prosper a thing on this earth outside of him. And I can guarantee you, y'all is not caught up in or caught up out in mess called prosperity. That is of the flesh. He can't do nothing with the flesh nor the prosperity that the flesh is desiring. So this is where many are still at today. That's why the whining, that man that's whining, the whiners or whinies, whatever his name is, can stand there and tell those people to each give a certain amount and stand on nationwide television and chastise a woman for giving 12,000 instead of 2,000 like he said. Nationwide television. And no one sees it to be a problem or sees it to be an issue. This man been doing it for 40 something years and have gotten away with it. Why? Because the world loves his own. The only way people are going to support if they are of the world. So he said, let the world support the world. And those that are in the body, support the body. But before you can be in the body, you got to be in Yah. Mm-hmm. You can't be in the body and Yah is not your number one fan in you. Yah is your number one fan in you. Yah is your number one fan in you. If Yah not in you, you are not as great as you think you are, or that you pretend that you are, or that you feel that you are, or that you think that you are, or that you portray that you are. That step in that order causes you to understand, oh yes, I'm in this body. Because Christ is in you. The Ruach HaKodesh. So I sit and I say unto you all, line yourself up, not with Sister Deborah, but with the Most High Yah. And it ain't a choice that you can just line yourself up because your flesh tell you. That's your greatest enemy, telling you that you line up. When you stand out on the outside, it's because you're not belonging on the inside. And you know you're not. So you stand on the outside. Ain't nothing wrong with standing on the outside. Don't get me wrong. Because if you don't have the Ruach, you ain't got no business being in the inside. You're supposed to be on the outside. So you about where you need to be. Until you understand that Yah is about spirit and truth and the light. And those who work within the body, not those who work on the outside and still claim to be on the inside. You can't be on the outside claiming to be on the inside. Because if you're on the outside, you without the Ruach HaKodesh. You can't be on the outside and have the Ruach HaKodesh. A lot of these words we use are not the words. It's not the word. We speak it the best that we know of. If Yah give us another way of speaking it, let him that is greater in us do as he will and as he please. We have to get to the level of letting him be the best that he said he is in us. Not us, ourselves is all that and some. And I can stand on the outside. I don't have to be on the inside. People are living such a hypocritical life in such a critical time as this. Because from what I understand, this is a day like no other. I wouldn't want to mess with this day and time. I would not want to mess with this day. I wouldn't want to be a hypocrite in this day. I wouldn't want to be out of the body of Hamashiach in this day. No, I would not. I want to be where Yah has placed me to be. And I want to be able to continue to run this race. Because yes, it is a race. Because it has a finish line. In case you didn't know it. Oh yes, it has a finish line. The race is only given to the swift. It's not, is it to the swift or is it not given to the swift? It might be not given to the swift, but to, I would say, those who are full of the Ruach HaKodesh. I'm so grateful to his plan before the foundation of the world. I don't know what I would do not knowing that there was a plan before there is a plan. And that's the plan in the Ruach HaKodesh. Back further. I wouldn't want nothing outside of my Father, the Creator. And I lied in the bed this morning thinking about people who would think and feel, how is it that trying to understand, not believing that he has to exist, trying to get in that realm of what will make a people think that he don't exist, this cannot be. Why is it that we are in such a critical time? Earthquakes and earthquakes all over the world. I know you caught up in you have no idea. Famine, pestilence, all these things all over the world, and not a spirit on the earth is able to discern and see it unless Yah himself open them up from the inside out to see it in the spirit realm, to understand it in the natural, that is all taking place. But does it move the individuals? No. People are not moved by nothing that's going on, because nothing that's going on is who they are, because they live on the outside. They don't live with Yah on the inside. So that's about right. They can't know what is spirit if the spirit of Yah, who reveals all things, is not in them. So they about right being on the outside. But as I was just thinking this morning, 4 a.m, how can people even think that he is not all that answer? How could they say they know him and not know the power of who he is? Even before he created the heavens and the earth, he turned around and told us that he created the earth upon the sea, the waters. Wait a minute, hold up. You mean we on the water? You see how dumb we have accepted the books of man and the words of man, and we can't even embrace the power of what he said. What you mean you built the earth upon the sea? Because it was just the sea and the water. Wait a minute, hold on. We on top of water? Oh, we didn't even understand Genesis. It doesn't mean anything. And he was talking to me about itchy ears. Itchy ears is a very powerful thing, and many people don't understand what the itchy ears is. The itchy ear is your flesh. It is so in tune with the things of the world. It itches. It itches to hear the things of the flesh. That's what itchy ears is. It's not connected to the spirit. It wants what it wants, and it cannot stop itching until the world gives it what it needs to what? To soothe the itch. So the itching ear is something that desires to hear even the dirt of the world, the ways of the world, the thinking, the function, the books, the understanding, the wisdom of the world, the knowledge of the world. It wants everything of the world, and if it's not getting it, it starts to itch, because it wants what the world has to give it, and it itches until they get it. It's like the pharmaceuticals. They give you medication that ain't got no connection to your body. All they have to do is give you a medication. Oh, this is for my heart. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna take it. Now I'm doing better. Don't understand there's a spirit greater in you, where Yah abide, that can hear you from the inside out. But because there's no trust, no faith, no nothing there, the whole world is living in people right today. People have the whole world living not only in their flesh, but in their spirit. They serve the world. They're here to be about the world. That's why that itchy ear is on the outside, man. It's not a spiritual thing. It's a itchy ear of the flesh. Anything that, if they could take you to the pharmaceutical and say, okay, take you to see your doctor, he write up to you a prescription for your itchy ears. Guess what? You'll take it year after year after year, because you believe everything the world feeds you. Sister Deborah, pull up. Oh, no, no, not good. Because you're on the outside, looking in, desiring to be in, and probably don't have even the spiritual desire. You have the flesh desire to be a part of the body of Hamashiach that you cannot be a part of. You're only what Yah has created you down here to be in. I think about him sowing the seeds. How when I was young, I was like, well, why? Who is this person sowing this seed? Something wrong with them. See, I didn't know it was the Father. That's showing you right there the power of how heavens has orchestrated to be on the earth. And if he sold them there, no wonder, no matter how much word that's in them. See, y'all didn't know that the seed represented the word as far as him sowing it. Why would the creator sow seeds that didn't have the word? He sowed it, but they wanted the world because the world was what was in their spirit. You see, that's why they never produced. They never rooted, had roots, and the sun came and the Satan came and snatched what they did have. So you see how it's hard for a prophetess in this day or a true teacher of the Most High God to teach a bunch of people. I sat back and was before I came to do this video, I sat back and I was just understanding YouTube. I had no idea to this level that YouTube would never allow me to get among the people. They can't afford for me. But I did not know the power was that great in their hand. I did not know that. So when, okay, maybe I'll open this up or maybe I'll put this here and more people will see the video or what. Oh, if they say, let's say if they say 25 people view the video, on my end, it's showing 50. And in my mind, I'm trying to say, why ain't these numbers matching? YouTube is fully controlling it. But guess what? Guess what? It serves the world. You see, it's not going to bring out spirit and truth and let your spirit and truth go among the multitude. You gotta be crazy. And it don't have to. Because if Yah's is not among the multitude, why should your words be among the multitude? If Yah is not among the multitude, Yah not among the broad gate, Yah not among the many, so why won't you accept the fact? Why would YouTube bring you under the multitude or around the multitude in the broad gate so that people can hear what you said when Yah didn't order it that way? Yah don't have his servant going among the multitude, the broad gate. Just imagine in such a day as this, like no other, you would think spirit and truth, the light. Remember, it was said we were the light of the world. You see, you would think, okay, if that's the case, why ain't our light shining? Because you got to understand what he's saying. Just because you're the light of the world doesn't mean your light gonna shine in a world that is darkness. You can be the light of the world. Don't mean that the world gonna embrace the light that is of the world. Because Yeshua came with Hamashiach. Did they embrace it, being the light? Since the day of the birth, since the woman was carrying, Mary was carrying them. They saw the star. They followed it. See, they had a light. They knew it was something, but the world received it. Him not. They were more geared to how we can take him out, how we can take her out. See, that's another thing the men ain't going to teach. The true purpose of why they wanted to delete Mary. Because anything Yah created according to his will, they're going to be coming after. Do you believe or do you think that Satan knew the Messiah was in Mary's womb? No. He didn't even know he was partaker in Yeshua assassination as being the Messiah, the deliverer. Because if he known, he wouldn't have took his life for you to gain life. He wouldn't have took his life for you to be redeemed to the Father. Had he known what he was doing. But look at man. You out there trying to kill a pregnant woman. Think about the mindset of man. What I also come to understand yesterday, the fullness of it, is that Satan come to deceive the whole world. Man come to do the rest. You see? Men. That's why Satan chose him. He is, was, and still today the weaker link. If y'all were to say it's time to put female over here and male over here, do you know 99.9 of the males will fall under the category of darkness? Oh, yes, they will. Oh, yes, they will. Now, if he look over here to the female, he couldn't measure the female to fall under the guideline. Why? Because everything he created for the female to be on this earth from the beginning, Genesis 1, was taken from her, was taken from his creation, and man stole it. You see? So only one he would have to destroy would be the men. So when they see him speaking to them in their study guide, that should have triggered, wait a minute. He's saying we did it. Why ain't he saying something to the women? He ain't. He said you messed it up from the beginning. I'm going to let you show you that you were always the weaker link that will follow Satan all the way to the very end. You see? If they want to say Mary was tempted by Satan, or she had sex with Satan, when did she have that? Unless man was Satan himself. Because man held the seed of Satan. How about that? So how can you make her having sex with Satan when the seeds of who Satan was in Adam? Adam didn't have Abel. You see, he had Cain. There are seeds that was in Adam. And if you said Mary had sex with with Satan, then what would that say Adam is? Adam was Satan himself. Hello. You see how it never tell you that Adam knew Eve and had Abel. But when it came down to that third child, which is Seth, I think that's his name, it tells you Adam knew Eve. What happened to Abel? That was the beginning of understanding the spiritual seed versus the serpent seed at the beginning. And then from that time on, Yah allowed us to understand there's two seeds that comes out of the womb of a man. It can be the serpent seed or it can be the spiritual seed. But Abel, he was neither one. He was a spiritual seed that Eve brought forth. But it had no connection with Adam. Yah wanted him pure. And that's why he was pure, because he did not come from man. He came worshiping Yah with all that he was, all that he is, and all that he had. He already knew his purpose. And what did he have? He had a lane to run in, separate from Cain. Why? Because his lane required him to do the things that pleases Yah in the way of righteous. So when they sat and say Eve really desire the serpent. Watch this, y'all. I'm going to show you how messed up that is. And how she marveled after the serpent. How she, let me go there. Let me show y'all something. I'm about to reveal something. And only way I can reveal this to you is because the Ruach is revealing it to me as I speak unto you. In Genesis, in chapter 2, in chapter 3, listen to this. And the woman said unto the serpent, we may not eat of the fruit of the tree of the garden, but the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Yah has said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall we touch it, lest we die. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not die, surely die. What is he saying? Do y'all get what he's saying? He's telling them they would not surely die as far as the natural. He had no idea this was an eternal mission. Satan had no idea him tempting them in the garden was not a eternal mission. I mean, that it was an eternal mission. It wasn't a natural mission. Let me say that. See, that's why I say people put and give Satan too much power that he don't have. Let's go back here. Genesis chapter 3 and verse 2. And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but the fruit of the trees which is in the midst of the garden, Yah has said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall we touch it. First thing she said was touch. Yah did not say that. So that's one lie. Lest we die. Satan came up. The serpent said unto the woman. Why to the woman when both of them standing there? Side by side. Why are you saying it to the woman when both of them are standing there? How can you say that the serpent said something, but he only said it to the woman, even though both of them were standing right there together? Okay. And it says, and the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. Why is he saying it to the woman when the man is standing with the woman side by side? So what is the Satan speaking to her inner being or her outer? Let's read verse 5. For Yah do it know that in the day ye eat therein of, then your eyes shall. Let me read that at verse 5. And Yah know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods with an S. So now he's saying gods. Why didn't he just say God if he just talking to singular to her? In a sense that if you shall not die, but if you do, God knows that if you eat, you become a god. Why did he say gods? Because he's not speaking to Eve. He's speaking to both of them at the same time, knowing good and evil. Gods shouldn't be there if he was only speaking to her. So you see, it was both of them standing there, and he said, you will become gods. But when Eve is speaking in verse 2, and the woman said unto the serpent, we, not I, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the tree that is in the midst of the garden, Yah has said, ye shall not eat of it, neither ye touch it, lest ye die. But look at verse 2. We. If the serpent is speaking to her from her inner man, it would not be we. It would not be we. If the serpent is only speaking to her, as far as verse 5, and Yah do it know that in the day ye eat, then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, not God, but gods, as if he's speaking to more than one, knowing good and evil. Okay, now let's go to verse 6. When the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that, watch this here, it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired, to make one wise. You see, to make one wise. She took the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also to her husband, which her husband with her, and did eat. There go him. He was what? With her. So why is this whole conversation in Genesis only speaking to the woman and not to them? It says gods, you're become gods. And Eve is saying we. Y'all said that we. So how is it he's speaking only to her? And how is it that it says the pleasant of the eyes and the desire to make one wise? And it says, watch this here. And when the woman saw the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired, to make one wise, she took the fruit thereof, and did eat, and gave also to her husband with her. Now, you speaking of a man that was given the most powerful commandment and order that ever hit the face of the earth. Woo! No, you didn't go there. Yes, I did. Oh, yes, I did. How dare you all take my father's truth, his spirit and truth, and turn it into a lie? You's a liar because you belong to the father of lies. And you have created the lie from the beginning of the foundation. Did lie, Yah allow you? Now let me lay that up. I mean, raise that up, and so I can land that thing down. That my father allowed you to bring it to a lie with the father of lies. For the simple reason he put the tree there for you to show up and show out what was in you from the foundation of the world. And it wasn't in woman. It was already in man. Adam didn't have no problem because he was the one that really entertained. He did not give the order to Adam to give to Eve. Yah wasn't on that standard. He gave it to Adam because he knew that that's who the order was given to the point when he went into to check Adam, he didn't say where it's Eve. Wait a minute, but if Eve was really the one, he would have said, Adam and Eve, I'm looking for them. If y'all thought that this was a female thing, as they category that because you you did what the woman said, that's man-made, y'all. Yah does not follow the order of the way man has created it. It's a bunch of lies. In the garden is a liar. Man stole woman's identity from that day on. Easily through the Roman Catholic and the Jesuits. They successfully mastered it and then went under the umbrella of Satan from that day on. When they got to tampering with the creation of the Father. Because the Father sat and he put man there and he gave man the order. And the world turned it around as if it was an order of the woman and then allowed them to rewrite it. And then his son, his servant, said, I didn't tell her that, Deborah. So what is she saying? When did I tell Adam not to touch anything? I told him something else. How did she get the lie? Here you see, let me show you something else that you see that's wicked. And when the woman saw the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes. What point did she see this tree? The tree was there before she was created. Can somebody answer that? Did she only see the tree when the tree saw her? Did she only see the tree when the tree saw her? Did she only see the tree when the tree began to respond to her? Or was the tree there before she was created? Wake up, people. You can't see those fake fools, those Europeans that fall under the fake fools, which is Satan's synagogue. Some people, Europeans, and they fall under the category of Roman Catholics. Because they are the lights. They're trying to stand in the midst of truth on the earth. They are the one who have erased and rewrote. Because if the tree was placed there and only one was schooled regarding the level of the tree of life and the tree of knowledge of good and evil, how is it that man stands side by side with the commandment from the Most High Yah? See, that commandment didn't come from flesh of man. That commandment didn't come from Satan. That come from heaven itself, giving the order, I created you, and you are not to take of this. The order was given to the only one that was created to be put in the midst of those two trees. That's who had the order. It's no such thing that woman came along. And watch this here. Watch how sick. This is the desire. This is the flesh of the man. This is the lust of the man. This is what is in men. This heavy lust. And they have taught it so many times. And I know many of you all just jump on all these platforms trying to get your itchy ears satisfied. But you never find yourself in a place really where you can learn things based on how they're teaching it unrighteous. Throughout the time I have gotten onto YouTube, I've heard the teachings, especially of the Hebrew Israelites. I ain't looking for the teaching of the Catholics. I ain't looking for the teaching of the Christian. They all off board. I'm the light to the world. He that is in me is the greater light. This is in the whole wide world. So if the light can't hear or see the light that's in the world, that means the world is dark, pitch dark. Okay, so watch this here. And it says in Genesis 3, listen to this. In verse 6, and when the woman saw the tree was good for food, when did she come to it seeing it was good? When Satan approached her? Is that when she saw that it was good? And when she stood before Satan and told him, Yah said not to touch, Yah didn't tell her that. So what lie? Where did that lie come from? Man, they try to make it look real good and true. And guess what? They had no idea that Yah was sending somebody like me to see it for what it was from the beginning of the foundation of the world. Listen to this. In verse 6, it was pleasant to the eyes. It was pleasant to the eyes. What did they do? They went to Genesis 2 and verse 9. And out of the ground made Yah to grow every tree that is pleasant to the eye, to the sight, and good for food. You see? The tree of life also in the midst of the garden. And the tree of knowledge of good and evil also in the garden. So watch this here. So there go woman. They putting you in a role of like she's lusting. She's desiring to the point the Hebrew Israelite teaches that she had sex with the serpent in the garden. Y'all didn't know that, did you? Oh, yes. Go back to their beginning teaching and you hear them tell you that. She had sex with the serpent. That's how man then went in it and smeared it to the way you would never find spirit and truth. You would never find truth. The ball was dropped and not one man decided to pick it up. It matches Noah. Not one came into the ark. It matches it. Not one man stood off to the side of what Sodom and Gomorrah was doing. Not one man. And because all the sin of men, all the women and children was destroyed. In the book of Noah, because the way man, starting at Genesis chapter 6, it tells you men was multiplying and having daughters. And they were selling their daughters off. It's letting you know, where is the woman? Where is mama? Where is grandma? They're going to go down with the ship of how man has destroyed the world. Same thing when Babylon come down, women and children is falling into the hole of Babylon because of men. They went and tampered with the book way back. And it wasn't so much as the book, but what the word had created. They went in it, flipped it over, turned it upside down, smeared it, added, and took away to look where we at today. You're some sort of fool to not see that. And if you cannot see it, it's because it's not seeing you. Because righteous can't see you when there's no righteous in you to see. Now watch this. In verse 6 it says, and it was pleasant to the eyes and a tree to be desired. Look at all that. All those trees. But yet this tree of Satan was all this to the woman. You know why? They didn't tell you the truth. It wasn't the woman. It was always the man. He's the weaker link that Satan found. His strength can work better in the one that's going to carry the seed. See, the woman is not the one that carries the seed. They got y'all thinking that. She's carried the seed of the Messiah. And she was the only one that carried the spiritual seed, which was the Messiah. Man has the seed in his womb. So Satan was going after where he know the seeds were at. The true weaker link was the one that holds the seeds. That's the sperm of men. See, you're lying and you ain't got nothing better to do but lie. Sister Deborah is set free. I don't have nothing to gain to tell truth. Truth is worth everything to me. You see, I didn't come down here to teach the lie. I come down to shine light in the midst of all the darkness that has been taught. And the good thing about it, the words in which I speak is not to really enlighten you. It's to show light is greater than darkness. And no matter how many subscribers, that light is going to always remain greater than darkness because it carries life itself. Okay, now listen to how it says the tree to be desired to make one wise. She took the fruit thereof and did eat. Now watch this. And gave also to her husband with her, and he did eat. Just as when y'all come looking for that woman you gave me. She did it. And then he owned it. You see how messed up? That's how this is. The trees y'all put there. She ate it, and then he ate it, showing you the threes. See the protocol? They turned around and used it again and saying that woman that thou gave me, which is Yah, then the woman, and then himself. Same thing, it matches verse 6. When she take of the tree of the fruit, she ate, wait a minute, the fruit, why was the tree there? Because Yah put it there. Woman ate it, and then she gave it to man. Man been covered up since the beginning of creation. Man has caused so many to lose out because of their wickedness. The children iniquity still clings to their sperms. You see? You see? Not the woman, but the Father. What is he saying? He's been saying what he said in Genesis. They smeared it. They added. They took away. It's a lie, y'all. And it's not a lie to those that are the spiritual seed of the serpent. It's a lie to those that are the spiritual seed of the Spirit of Yah. That's why I like how he rumbles. He give it to his real ones. So if you run around here and trying to figure out who Deborah is and who she thinks she is and who she says she is, how she talk and how she said, when it's finished, there has to be some boldness on this earth. Because the ball was dropped in the beginning. And there's no boldness to pick it up and bring it forth to the end. So sit down, clowns. And stop clowning and playing with yourself in circles. What do you think he's supposed to come and sin? You take Genesis all the way to today. Who picked up the ball? Who brought the ball forward? Who knew about the power in his right hand and his stretched out arm? Who knew about him sending his son that he created as its only begotten of himself, that sits on the same throne? But there's another throne, which is the Son of Man, the angel of the Son of Man. He still sit on that throne. He's sitting his butt there into the one on the throne itself that holds the power, which is the Son of Yah. Send him back down on his appointed time. Not on the Son of Man appointed time, but the Son of Yah. That's in the Father. His appointed time. That was the Father. That Son down with the Son of Man. To make sure that power put everything in control. Why? When he created man and woman, look how man came and switched it till you got billions of churches all over the world. None of them holds the true ball of truth. None of them. That's why I sit back and I think, Father, of what you said to me the other day, which you said to me many days. But it just meant so much to me the last few days, and how you told me the way they see you is the way they seen me. The way they've seen me is the way they're going to see you. So don't expect nothing out of them. Not even truth, not even spirit and truth, not even the light. So I, Sister Deborah, say unto you, even when you look at Genesis chapter 6, you can see the lie. You can see lust. You can see sexual written all up in there. And they took, the Hebrew Israelite took it and said, she had sex with the serpent. See? That's how Adam was able to say, oh, I was naked. Not that I was wrong for disobeying you. Because that's what's on the male's mind, 24/24. That's their God. Their private area is their God. The private area is their power. It is their strength. It is their all in all. And if he took all that away, I can guarantee you they'll fall on their face and serve the Most High Yah. So I, Sister Deborah, will be back this evening, hopefully. I'm not going to make it for sure at 8 p.m. Central Time live. And I hope that you got something out of this. Because you know what I did. I'm going to continue to praise and exalt and magnify the Most High Yah, no matter what. If I got to serve him alone, so shall it be. Praise the Most High Yah. Shalom.